And the last thing I need to do, we are live stream now, so this is the Fair Board meeting. Let me give Todd some ability. Who's gonna take the reins here?
Why don't I go ahead and do that, Casey?
Okay. Now, can everybody see the agenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to stay on, Casey, or is Skylar going to stay, or both of you?
Well, I'm going to
Okay,
stay
great.
on, but I'm also going to give Todd the ability to present some material. Oh, it looks like Colleen Robert.
Yep.
Okay, moving you over, Colleen. And then Skylar is with us too as support. Skylar, you should be a panelist now. Okay, Todd, I'm going to give you, I'm going to make you the host. Should I hold out for a little bit or should I do it now?
Why don't you hold to wait and see whether or not we need to add anything on? So.
Okay, so Todd, just stand by and cue me when you need that material. Okay, Wayne, go ahead and take it away.
All right, so let's note for the record that we do not have a quorum today for the Fair Board meeting, but we do want to discuss with folks the upcoming fair event and make sure that we've got everything put together for the event, plus anything else we might want to add, but there won't be any decisions made today other than those that we can make as staff. So let's go ahead and skip through the minutes. We're just going to leave those to the next Fair Board meeting and move to other business. And now we can have Todd come on and talk to us about an update on the fair event.
Okay, Todd, you with us?
I am.
Okay, now I'm making you the host.
Thank you. I think you could just make me a co-host, Casey, and then you wouldn't relinquish your.
Well, I don't see the option. So,
Oh, really? Huh. Okay.
but I will say this: we're using webinar, which is a little bit different than Zoom meetings, and I do have a little tiny button to reclaim it. So, all right, you should be able to.
Looks like I got it. That did it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so very quickly, just to start with, and this is not really an update, but because I now have the ability to share the screen, I did, and so in front of you, you have what Heather proactively generated as the start of a Lincoln County Fair Board application. The reason we took charge to at least get this started was that we want to have something at the fair to hand out to interested fairgoers. So I hope you don't think that we overstepped. Wayne, I'm just going to forward this to you. You can include or add anything that you want to it. We just wanted to get the ball rolling so that we had something to hand out to prospective Fair Board members at the fair, which of course is, as everybody has mentioned, is within less than a month at this point. I think it needs some other stuff, but I think Heather did a great job of getting it started. The one thing that I would like to add that we've talked about, and Wayne, I'll forward it to you, is sort of delineating that this is a working fair board, that we have various responsibilities, and in my mind, what I jotted down just quickly were finance, marketing, volunteer management, event coordination, promotion, fundraising, and asking people in this application to explain what their area of interest and their qualifications in one of those areas would be. And that way, as they come on or as they're hired, we start giving them responsibility to be an active member of the Fair Board, working in that capacity. So anyway, Wayne, I'll forward it all to you. But a big thanks to Heather for remembering that we needed to get something there to hand to people. Wayne, if you'll put whatever county touch needs to be on there, please, and have it ready for the fair, that'd be great.
And we'll work it out. Casey will actually be, that's his responsibility with the Board of Commissioners. So we'll take that, give it to Casey, we'll massage it, get it out there. But I agree with you. We want to have something that's available at the fair event.
And as a minimum, even if we can't have the application ready, we could certainly do an interest form versus a full application. And it could again have the same language in it. You know, what are your qualifications? Why are you interested? These are the areas that we need you to work in. Which is your area of interest? But rather than make it the formal application, we could just make it an interest form and then collect those, and when the time is right, send them the application.
Todd, would you make sure and copy Casey with that material too? Casey and Skylar. So thanks.
Yep, I'll copy both of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
send that over, Todd. Thank you.
Yeah. We thank Heather. She's the one that was thinking far enough ahead to do that. It wasn't me by any means. Couple of updates on the emergency management front. We talked several months ago, maybe even nearly a year ago, about signing the gates, putting a number on the gates so that when emergency response shows up, we can give them the gate number that they're looking for, and the dispatch, as well as fire and EMS and law enforcement, will have a reference to that. I asked Roy to make up signs. He graciously did. I believe they'll be ready, and I'm excited to have that finally. We should have done that years ago. We'll just be numbering those gates, starting at the one closest to the high school as number 1, going counterclockwise around the fairgrounds. So down 3rd Street, down Harney Street, down 7th Street. So Roy, thanks for making that work. Jack has been burning the midnight oil through a couple of big maintenance issues there at the fairgrounds, not just to get it ready for the fair, but to get it ready for the Cascadia Rising event. That's provided or made a little bit of scheduling difficulty for him, I'm sure, a little bit for me as well. But thank you to Jack for getting all of that put together. And it actually, the fairgrounds is shaping up nicely. The landscaper's done a ton of work getting a lot of the weeds killed and the lawns knocked down. I know Jack's guys have been doing that too. So it's really starting to shape up and looking great. One question I had along those lines in the past, whether it was Amy or whoever was managing that resource at the time, would do a deep cleaning of the main exhibit hall. We're going to need to schedule to get that done sometime after Cascadia and before the fair. And I don't know whose desk, whose plate that falls on. Is that Jack at this point, or Jack, do you just want us to schedule it? Is there somebody that has done that, or that we request to do that, a janitorial service that we use in the past? Just give us a direction. Let's make it easy. If we need to do it, if we need to schedule it, we'll get it scheduled.
I can call the county's janitorial company, see if they can get it in. I'm not real sure who Amy used to use. She handled that, and she handled it pretty well. So I'll give my janitors a call and see if that's something they can fit in. And if not, then I'll give you a panic call.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a holler and we'll make it work. I just want to be sure we squeeze that in. I think there's enough time, and hopefully we've got enough advance notice to make it work. So thank you.
I think we do.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll figure something out.
Wayne, I've got a couple of 11th hour contracts that are coming to you, but they're easy. One of them is just changing the dates on the Camel contract. Nothing more than a date change, so that should be simple. The other one we're waiting for is a strolling entertainer. We've not used him before, but he's generating his own contract, and he'll fill that out and send it to us, and we'll do whatever we need to do to it. But I'll get those to you as soon as I have them. The Camel one we have, the other one we'll have shortly. The only other thing that I had on my list, and then I'll give Heather a few minutes to tell us what's going on her end. As I'm looking at the budget, and this is maybe more important for the Fair Board members than the rest of us, but just to get it out there, it looks like another year where the rodeo likely will carry the fair. If you remember last year, the fair ended up slightly in the black, but the rodeo had enough revenue to handily support the fair event. And I just want to get that out there up front, because I think that's one of the reasons that we justify putting as much effort and time into the premier event at the fair, which has become the rodeo, because it spins off enough revenue to carry some of the other stuff that we're doing. So my goal of course is to have both of those events end in the black, neither one be in the red. But as long as the fair carries the rodeo or the rodeo carries the fair and we're in the black at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy. But I think it's important to identify that, because we do put a lot of resource this year. We're going to rent some steel paneling that we just couldn't use any longer. There are some big expenses associated with the rodeo, but again, when it's generating money to support the fair, it's important that we keep doing it. That's all I had on my list. Heather, what updates do you have? And I know she was in her car traveling, so she may be in a bad spot.
Unfortunately, we're not hearing you, Heather.
There she is. She's trying.
Hear me okay? In the car again.
Yeah, let me. She may interrupt me here in just a minute when she gets back in service, but let me tell you what I know. I think we've got about 50 vendors in the main exhibit hall, which is slightly up from last year. We're about where we were on food vendors last year, except I know we just had another food vendor contact us today with some Greek cuisine, and I'm hopeful that we can get them into the lineup. Things are looking very, very good. I'm pleased with where we're at. We can always accommodate more, but I think until we figure out what the new facility is and have a real attraction to draw people to Lincoln County, where we're just sort of at homeostasis. But as long as we're not retracting or shrinking, I'm a pretty happy camper. I see Heather's muted again, so I'm guessing she's not in any better location. Let's see if she can add anything else.
I'm going to try again. Can you hear me this time?
Slightly better.
So like Todd said, we are full in the main hall. I have maybe 1 or 2 booths I can still fill. I went to the Waldport Wednesday market yesterday to try to recruit some more local artisan vendors. I had a really good response, handed out some business cards, gave them the information to apply. I'm going to try to hit the Toledo one. It's Thursday, so maybe next week. My day was kind of full today, so I didn't get over there. Same thing, just hand out my business card, let them know that there's vending space available. We would love to have some more local artisans. Latinx Festival is going to be Friday afternoon. Eva over at, with conjunction with the Centro de Ayuda, is kind of spearheading that for me this year. I know they're going to have mariachi. She's got about 15 different kind of specific to that event vendors coming in for that to do some nonprofit things. And I think she does have a couple of Latinx style commercial vendors coming in, so that's exciting. And I think that's pretty much all I have at this point. Todd talked about the application, and I would just like to put some like promotional stuff up about that we're recruiting for Fair Board members, but I can do all of that stuff on my end and have it ready to post at the fairgrounds.
One other thing that reminded me of, we are going to do an opening ceremony at 10 a.m. on Friday. Casey, this will be for you. We would love to have Fair Board members and or a commissioner or commissioners there as we raise the flags and do an honor guard and really kind of bring in the fair on Friday morning. So 10 a.m. Friday, if we could have person or persons there would be super. Dignitaries. We need dignitaries.
Okay. Hey, and forgive me for not being up on everything here. Is your website up to date with pretty much everything that you need it to have at this time?
I am as up to date as I can be. I'm still waiting on Steve to set the lineup for the rest of the musical acts. I talked to him today. He is working on it, but there are some holes in that still. But otherwise, everything I have that I know is on the website, on the schedule as of today.
Okay. So I'll need to work and update all of our stuff. Typically, we redirect to your page. It looks great. And so, yeah, dignitaries, got it. Got it. Thank you.
Think that's all I had, unless anyone has questions.
No, just a note for Heather and for Todd. Again, I'll be on behalf of the county, the fair, and the fair board be again there at the fair doing the money handling. And I'll talk to you guys again about it. I know, Heather, that we didn't quite get everything set up electronically the way we wanted to do this year, and we're going to target again next year. But I'll make sure and coordinate that, and I'll be around during the entire fair event.
And Wayne, just for you, we also streamlined the process a little bit. Rather than trying to collect money each night from the food vendors, we've created a form where you can just get totals and Z tapes on Friday and Saturday, and then collect on Sunday.
Excellent.
We'll see how that works. Yeah, whether I worry a little bit that we'll have vendors that are trying to pull out on Sunday while we're still trying to collect money. That's one of the reasons I've done it every single night in the past.
Yeah.
But the flip side is we've got a couple vendors that said, boy, it'd sure be easier if we could just settle up on Sunday. So let's we've got a form now, and we'll give that a try and see how it works.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Casey, do you want to try and pull up, or Skylar pull the agenda back up, or I'll just turn it over to Roy? Maybe I know he had something he wanted to talk about.
Stand by here. I will fire that up in case it'll help. There it is. Okay, we're back with that.
Before we do that, Roy, let me, Colleen, did you have anything you wanted to add for fair? I don't see anything. So why don't we go, Roy? Why don't we go to you?
Okay. First, a couple fair things. Todd, have you not picked up those numbers yet? And if not, do you want me to bring them over there sometime, or do you want to just walk across and pick them up from Keith?
I had not realized they were done. I'm back in town on Tuesday. I will come get them. Thank you.
Yeah, they're done. Number two, I did submit our annual permit for road closure to the city of Newport. I got a message saying that they had accepted, or they had received, and they were in the matter of processing it. It's just one of those things. I don't see it as any big issue. Just want to let you know that the paperwork's in. Number three, this is more of a fairgrounds thing. I got a call from a teacher from Newport High School today who said that, and I don't know the whole story, but it centered around Fahrenheit 451. And something about the classes reading the book or doing something, and has something to do with burning paper. And I guess in the years past, they've always done that there on campus. Well, this year, Newport High School has changed that, and they won't allow the burning materials on school grounds. And so her request was, could they move just on the other side of the fence over there somewhere near, well, she said by the track. So basically over there where the gardens are, somewhere along the fence there, they want to know if they can burn these papers on our side of the fence. And she says they have a portable fire pit that they burn it in. So they pack it over, burn their papers or whatever, wherever that is, and then pack it back. I told her, well, That's an interesting question. I will take it forward to see if I can find an answer.
Do you have
So-
a date on that?
Well, not exactly which day. She said next week. And I know that Cascadia is there at the fairgrounds like 2 of the days, I think. I know Armory, we're at Armory one day. So I'm not really sure, but I can't imagine it being a very big fire. I can't imagine there being a fire hazard since it's supposed to rain a couple inches over the weekend. But anyway, I didn't give her an answer. I just said I would look into it.
Well, maybe we need just more details and then we can kind of go from there and coordinate it and make sure it's not interfering with anything else that's scheduled.
Okay, so basically, time and date.
Yeah.
And who would I then direct that information to?
At this point, why don't you send it to Casey and me?
Okay, got it.
Anything
all.
else from you, Roy?
No,
Jack, do you have anything?
I do not, unless somebody has requests that they want done before or while we're setting up for fair. I don't have anything really to add.
No, I think what the main thing is everybody knows how to reach us, each other here in the hectic time right before the fair event. And while I've been gone, and I will be gone a little bit right before fair, I'll be around during the entire fair event and be around all next week for Heather and Todd if there's anything else you need to bring my direction. And I'll take care of those contracts, Todd.
Yeah, and I would add to, I'm a good point of contact for you. I am running a little bit of a skeleton ship here.
Yeah.
So, really text me, call me, even into the evenings. It's really fine to reach out to me so that I can empower you with anything, really. So make sure to do that. And I had a random question. What's the breadth and depth of internet access at this event? Like the vendors must have internet access. Is it wireless then, or?
Yeah, we a number of years ago, CoastCom gave us, I'll say Lincoln County 4-H, Lincoln County Extension, and the fair a donation of putting fiber in the Harney building. They also have a remote receiver over on the tractor shed that then broadcasts that into the main exhibit hall, I think. It may even be that they ran, there may even now be a hub in the main exhibit hall as well. They are very, very gracious to turn that on and off when we need it. There is access there. It's a little bit convoluted because now it's gone from CoastCom to Wave to Astound, and all of the infrastructure is owned now by a different company, a fellow named David. I'm missing his last name right now. But so we kind of have to work with both of them when we need it. But yes, I just spoke with both Astound and David, and that service is there, and will again be provided this year.
Is it a situation where you need a passcode, or is at that time it just open to the community?
No, it's all protected, because although there's pretty good bandwidth there, it's not unlimited, and so it is password protected. There's no public access. We generally have one code that we use for our after school program, another code that we use for fair vendors. It should be noted, Casey, and if you can put this at least on your radar, as we start renting these facilities, the fair really needs to fit, or the fair board, the commissioners really need to figure out what they're going to do for internet there. I'm very reticent to tax that relationship with Astound and ask them for free service for other events that are money-making events. outside of 4-H youth development and the fair. So the good news is the infrastructure is now there, where before they didn't have fiber onto the fairgrounds. Now they do. The bad news is they probably will see that as the county's involvement in that as a revenue generator, and have some sort of fee structure that they'll want to charge for that. But I think at some point we do need to be able to offer internet access to customers that are renting those facilities, and especially once we get up and running with the redevelopment.
Yeah, absolutely. Will definitely keep me in the queue on that. I think it's really important. I was just starting to wonder too that, since I realize now I will be at this event, just juggling a lot of things, maybe I could do some live streaming or something like that, to kind of sweeten up the excitement around the event. So we could talk about that too.
I can probably get you the internet password. It'll cost you a lot.
That's what I'll need.
And Casey too, if you live stream, I'm the one that manages the Facebook account, so I can just add you as an admin. I think you were at one time, but I'm not sure if you're still on there or not.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll double check that. And then, of course, I want to be sensitive to any, disclosure issues you might have with vendors. Not everybody wants a camera in their face, but, it might be something we could do to create some hype around that. Of course, we want them to come, but it might be a way to jumpstart, just the awareness of it here and there.
I know a bunch of 4-H kids that'll be happy to be on camera. So.
Awesome.
Hey, Wayne, I will also say that we did pick up the Visa card from Jean. We now have that Visa card ready to go. She activated it, or I guess we have to activate it, but it's actually turned on at this point and on until July 15th. And boy, she covers that pretty tight. So
yes.
Yeah, but that'll make things a lot easier when it comes to nails and screws and various incidentals that we need to keep that facility up and running. So thank you.
Great. Is there anything else from anybody? If not, I think what I'll say is see you at fair.
All right.
All right.
See you all.
Thanks, everybody.